private house there was once a co-op shop. You can just see it on the brickwork there. This is Stowell Lane. I can't go any further, I haven't got my boots with me. But in over there, there's a field behind Perry Street Club. They used to hold the bonfire there every year on November the 5th. There's also a bowling green up in the far corner. I think that probably was used between the wars. It was closed down by the time I remembered it. We go back down the lane. This is where Stunham Brothers had their shop, a general store. The shop was run by their mum, Mrs. Stunham, and the sons did paper rounds and grocery rounds, vegetable rounds around the village. But the other thing to remember was the fish and chip shop they had here. Opened on a Friday evening and Saturday lunchtime. Loads of us used to come down on a Friday evening for chips. It was a general thing, and I can remember coming down with my friend from next door, and we were first in the queue. They had newspapers then to wrap the chips. Yeah, we were reading the paper while we were waiting. Yesterday's news. Yeah, happy memories. Oh yeah, I can even remember them having hot cross buns here on Good Friday. The shop you entered around the front, the fish shop you entered here, probably that door there. Perry Street Club. Westford down there, and over that hedge where we used to go to play around was the quarry. You could see frogs and toads in there and newts. Here we are, one of our homes, Westford. This was a place to swim, fish, catch minnows, or simply chuck stones into the river. Westford, where we went to catch minnows. I've got my jam jar and a piece of string all ready. I've waited 65 years to do this again. You've either got to do it when you're young, have a child with you, a grandchild, or be old. I'm young. Sadly, no minnows about. What a letdown. Up that way about 139 miles, London. About 30 miles, Exeter. There's Castle Arts right down there. That was another favourite place to go. Remember this footbridge? Must have been there about 80 years, I should think. Footpath goes up through there and up to Chilstone Common. Just over there, it's a lace factory. When the line was built, this was double track. Now there are passing places every few miles. Wiltshire United Dairies, the creamery was here. It was quite a big concern. They held the record for the amount of butter produced in one day. That's a world record. Things have changed, no longer needed. They tore it down, I don't know, about 5 years ago, I think. Char Junction level crossing. I can remember standing here while a young lad put a penny under the wheels of a steam train. Flattened the penny. Unfortunately the train knocked it off, but the driver was there just watching him as he did it. No worry about health and safety in those days, and we could just stand up on train spotting just any time we like. No platform tickets. Locomotive book here. I bought it from a friend. Favourite engines, the Bullies. Axford Estate. That used to be Mr. Wheaton's shop. He was a sign writer and sewed a bit of paint. When he retired, it was opened up by a gentleman as a general store. It wasn't very successful and closed down after 3 or 4 months. Yeah, really, what a place to grow up. All kinds of places to play. This is the bottom of New Lane. You can see the former telephone exchange that's up there. This was one of our favourite fields to play in. It was 2 fields, so we used to play in the second half so that we weren't spotted easily by the farmer. We got away with it pretty well. This is Stockham Lane. We used to come up here in March and April looking for birds' nests, as we did in lots of other hedgerows all over the village. We always said that we didn't have a playing field, but what a playing field we had. The railway station, Westford, the quarry, Cattle Arch, the football and cricket grounds. We could play on the edges of those. We couldn't go on the main pitches. Well, we did sometimes and got towed off. Then there were Factory Pond and New Pond. This is where we played our evening games after tea when we weren't allowed to stray too far from home. Hopscotch and jacks and skipping. Kick the can. I remember being in my neighbour's back garden on one November the 5th, just down here, and suddenly the sparks flying over the top of the houses, landing in the garden. It was bangers being fired by 3 lads who were stood here and firing them out of the houses with a catapult. Brilliant. Anyway, back to places to play. There were the hedges around the farmers' fields. They didn't cut them like they do today, but there was plenty of places for hiding, making camps, and of course they supplied our bows and arrows. Then we had the Stowe Mead, marl pits, school fields for sledging, Crossways Circle, and even chestnuts. Besides the time for chestnuts, it was a lovely stream to play in as well. And then the pillboxes dotted along the stop line from Chard Junction towards Fortin. Yes, what a playground we had. The best playground in the world. Remember Pop, Fleece and Chard Road for Skittles. How about some random memories? Trout fishing, illicitly. Looking for bullheads, Miller's Thumb, by lifting a stone in a stream. Standing on a station platform, after dark, when an express train rattled by, spitting hot coals high into the air. Collecting birds' eggs. Do you remember Sunday school outings? Usually to Weymouth. What about throwing stones onto an icy pond? What a strange noise that made. Walking home from Porrex from a cub meeting after dark. Scary. We had Crossways versus the rest football and cricket matches. Remember the quirky way in which Mrs. Jones or Mrs. Smith was addressed as Miss Jones, Miss Smith. Now we had the crazies as they came round every year, marbles and conkers, hoops and tea cards. And then there were the things that the girls did, stirring petals in water, flower petals that is. Those origami things they used to do. Memories of Tatworth. I hope you enjoyed the video, and maybe it stirs some of your memories as well.